Hey, it really is an honor to be here. I'm glad we started with a prayer. I'm a Christian, forgiven, yes I am. And also I'm glad we started with a pledge. Thank you, Cornell, and thank you, Elvira. And boy, I want to share a personal story with you. Cornell, is this all World War II? Okay, that's all you get to say. No, that's it. That's all I needed to know. Listen, about 15 years ago, my grandfather passed away, and we were on the way to the memorial, and my father said, "Hey, son, can you do a eulogy?" It's like, well, a little notice would have helped, but I said, sure. And so I got to the memorial center, and the pastor was there, and he pulled out my grandfather's military box. He was a World War II veteran, and we opened the box up, and we looked through it, and he did tours of duty throughout Europe, Africa, and Asia. He was a tank commander. Most of the people he served with died, and there was a lot of deaths. He was at the invasion of Normandy. He was at the Battle of the Bulge in Belgium, and he never spoke about it once in his entire life. He was decorated. He had a Purple Heart. And I was stunned to find all this out because I was so proud of my grandfather. It's like, he's a war hero. He fought for our freedom. And so I did the memorial, and I said, here lies a man that is a hero, could have bragged about a lot of things and never said a word about it. And we live in a generation now of emptiness, of people claiming credit for stuff they don't do. They mislead, they lie, and they think it's an art form. Yes, I'll let you speak of that. So I sat down with my grandmother and I said, Grandma, why didn't you ever tell us this? And she said, I never knew. That's the greatest generation. They fought for our freedoms, and we're losing them today. We're losing them to a woke philosophy, a Marxist philosophy that seeks to divide with race and class warfare. They want these divisions at all times. They don't want freedom anymore. They want to control your life. Look at the border, open borders. 15 million people. How many people were here before the 15 million came in? How many? Yale did a study, there was 22 million. So if I do my math right, 22 and 15 is about 37 million. It's more than 10% of our population are undocumented immigrants. And don't let them say that we are racist, because this is their division. That's how they divide you. We are a generous country. We are the most giving country in the history of the world. We allow 1 million legal immigrants in here every year. Year after year after year, we allow people to come in to live the American dream. Well, the American dream is diminishing a bit. We have $35 trillion in debt. Not to mention, Cornell, there's been over 1 million people who have died in all of our wars combined. Do you know how many people have died from drug overdoses in the last 20 years? Over 1 million people. We have lost more people to the drug epidemic led by fentanyl poisonings, and my brother died of fentanyl. They are killing our country, and they're doing it on purpose. So that's why we have to fight. That's why you have to go out and walk precincts. That's why you have to put yard signs in. That's why you have to make those calls. Because, folks, we're losing the country. And if we don't fight back now, we will lose it forever. Because the debt at $35 trillion is going to $50 trillion. By the end of this decade, $50 trillion by 2030. Social Security will be insolvent. Medicare will be insolvent. And the emperor has no clothes. They continue to spend money like it doesn't matter, including some Republicans. And so we need to get serious about this, and we need to save our country. That's why I'm running for office. We have in Huntington Beach, we have, I love campaigning in every city. I have 6 cities, and we campaign with different candidates, Mike and Jim and Jeff over here in Costa Mesa. We got the HB3 over in Huntington Beach, and we passed the voters over there. I live over there. We passed a statute that said, or an ordinance that said, you have to have voter ID in order to vote. And guess what my opponent did? He passed a law in the state legislature that says cities can't make that decision on their own. He doesn't want to give you that authority. He doesn't trust you. He doesn't trust the people. You know, I ran against Open Border Porter last year. I call this guy let him in men. You know, it's like, you know, that's just what they do. And the worst part about what my opponent's doing right now is not enforcing the law. We've talked about this earlier. The murder at Fashion Island. Fashion Island, a murder. And 30 days later, gunshots. Smash and grabs going in our marquee places like South Coast Plaza Mall, Fashion Island, the Spectrum, our neighborhoods. They're being burglarized. Why? Because the left in this country is soft on crime. They don't like holding people accountable, period. My opponent supports no cash bail. Let them all out of jail. And then hide their criminal records, so if you hire a plumber, you don't know if that person's got a criminal background. You don't know if they've stolen from the last person they worked for. This has to stop in America. We need to secure our border. And we are generous. I believe in a tall fence and a wide gate. Let's have a wide gate. Let's let people come in and live the American dream. But let's know who's coming in. Let's not have criminals and terrorists and sex traffickers coming across our border and undermining our culture over here. So... And finally, this isn't a big thing, but I think it's big. I want to ban all members of Congress from trading stocks. Why should they get rich trying to do public service? It's just wrong. Now, it's not the same type of insider trading that's illegal. It's actually kind of worse, I think, because they know when a regulation is going to come down and a drug's going to get approved or disapproved or something like that, and they go out and buy stock or sell stock. The rest of us don't get that. If you run for Congress, you should run to be a public servant. You should not run to get rich. So that's my platform. That's what I'm running on. We got to secure the border. We got to toughen our criminal penalties. We got to enforce those criminal penalties. And we need to reduce our debt and get our balance, our budget balance. With that said, God bless you. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for volunteerism. Now, Cornell, I don't want you to say a word. I just want you to be I just want you to be a pretty face so I can get a picture with you.
Okay.